Hi, I'm Terry Kolath. I'm here with Wayne Swanson of Turbin, and we are going to talk about another Turbin resident, Dan Warner, and a presentation he's doing with us in the Academy of Lifelong Learning this summer. He's going to take us through a 60-year adventure in journalism. Thanks for joining me, Wayne.
Okay, glad to be here. Glad to be here.
And you are going to help him go through this 60-year...
Well, you know, I got to know Dan, actually, not personally, but through his articles in the Sunday News Press well before I came to Shell Point when I was here for winters. And I would always look forward, you know, to reading those pieces every week. And lo and behold, you know, several years later, he's my neighbor now, and so I got to talk to him a lot and got to know him. I thought that it's important, I think, for those of us at Shell Point to take advantage of the expertise of the residents. And he certainly has a lot to offer about a very important topic, the role of the media. And so we worked it out that we would also maybe change the format a little bit. It wouldn't necessarily be a long presentation, but we would do it in terms of a question and answer. And hopefully the residents, the people who attend the session, will feel free to ask questions and come prepared to ask questions, because that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. I know I really still don't look forward to my Sunday paper now that Dan Warner's not doing the views. That's the oddest thing. It was such an important part of my reading experience on Sunday.
I have two friends off Shell Point who actually contacted me and wanted to know what was happening, why we weren't going to get this anymore, you know. And so, but you know, I think Dan, in theory, he's fully retired, but he tells me that he still does single shots with papers, mostly in the Boston area, I think. So he still keeps active and is certainly on top of the field.
And anyone who has completed a 60-year career in journalism deserves to rest and do it his way.
That's right.
But we're delighted that he actually teaches writing in the Academy.
Sure.
Various semesters.
Yeah.
And he has such a perspective on world events. The last 50 years, let alone the last 60 years, have been just so transformative.
You know, and particularly in regard to the media has changed. Since he started, the media has changed so greatly. I mean, now, you know, tweeting and emailing and internet is actually replacing a lot of the more standard journalism kinds of aids that we used. I mean, I still have to have a newspaper, but a lot of people don't these days, and it does have an effect. And so I think Dan can take us through those 60 years and tell us, you know, about the changes, the good things that have happened, and maybe some things that he wished wouldn't have happened. And clearly, politics today, you know, the media is central to that, and we can talk about some of those issues too in the session.
I think it was Thomas Jefferson who said he would rather have a country. A newspaper.
I'll tell you what it is.
What is it?
Okay, because I actually brought this up with Dan. He said, this was before he was president, he said, if I had to have a choice between a government without newspapers or newspapers without government, I would take newspapers without government. Although Dan did tell me, now this was before he became president, Dan did tell me that when he became president, he sort of changed his mind because the press also didn't treat him favorably as he would like to. Yeah, no, the media is crucial to a democracy.
It certainly is.
How do we get information? You know, what's the quality of information we get? And so it raises all kinds of questions.
It does, and how do they make sure that it's true?
That's
going to be interesting because that's been he's shared many times that's been such a guiding force for him.
Yeah.
And many journalists that we've studied and known and learned about the world with throughout our years.
He actually got a Pulitzer Prize when he was working at the Lawrence Eagle Tribune, Massachusetts. And one of the functions of the press is, you know, to investigate issues and to try to uncover, to explain things. And there was an issue in Massachusetts about weekend furloughs for prisoners, and the Eagle Tribune did a tremendous job of doing a study of that, and that got him a Pulitzer Prize.
So you'll have an opportunity to learn about the 60-year adventure of journalism of Dan Warner with the skilled questioning techniques of our own Wayne Swanson, and you can sign up at any of the concierge desks for this class. Please join us.